May 7th, 1945, the war in Europe was finally over. The remnants of the German High Command agreed to an unconditional surrender with the Allied nations.
General Admiral von Friedeberg will sign first.
The battle to take the continent had begun in earnest in early 1943, with Allied saturation bombing over Germany. Even Berlin, Hitler's capital, was bombed. The Allied forces made their first beachhead on European soil in Italy in late 1943. American and British forces fought the Germans and the elements as they drove toward their first goal, the ancient city of Rome. After a bloody campaign, the Germans withdrew to the north, the Italian government surrendered, and Rome was declared an open city.
The first of the Axis capitals is now in our hands. 1 up and 2 to go. The victory still lies some distance ahead. That distance will be covered in due time. Have no fear of that.
In June of 1944, the decisive event of the war took place as the Allies successfully invaded France and began the long, hard march to Berlin and victory. The noose began tightening on the Third Reich as Russian troops closed in from the east, while British and American forces crossed the Rhine in the west. As troops from America and Britain linked up with the Russians at the River Elbe, victory in Europe was assured.
How you, pal? You're one of Joe Stalin's soldiers, and I'm pleased to meet you. We've both come a long way together, and we've done it together.
German leader Adolf Hitler took his own life rather than face defeat. Germany agreed to unconditional surrender, and their leaders met with British Commander Montgomery to sign the treaty.
The signal for the ceasefire, which reads, all hostilities on land, on sea, and in the air by German forces to cease by 0800 hours.
On this day of victory in Europe, I would ask you all to remember those of our comrades who fell in the struggle. They gave their lives that others might have freedom.
With peace came incredible jubilation and celebration. Allied leaders returned to a hero's welcome.
London gives honor, praise, and a place in her heart to General Dwight D. Eisenhower, Supreme Commander of the Allied forces. Russia hails victory in Moscow's Red Square during her May Day parade. Given the freedom of London, fated in Paris, and now Washington and New York, America goes wild over a farmer's son from Kansas, General Ike.
With a debt of thanks for the immeasurable efforts of the Allied leaders, the war in Europe was over.